Hi everyone! Today we're exploring one of the Melbourne's most lovely weekend spots, the South Melbourne Market. And after that, we will stop by a lovely bistro and then we're heading to the beach house escape by the coast. So let's get ready for the good food, local vibe and that laid-back Aussie lifestyle. Voila! Here is a South Melbourne Market. This market isn't just any market, it's actually one of the Melbourne's oldest, dating all the way back to the 1867. The moment you walk in, you feel that mix of the heritage charms and the modern food culture that's defined Melbourne. Here at the South Melbourne Market, you will find almost everything under one roof. What struck me most is how the market is very organized. There's a clear separation between the dry area and also the wet area. In the dry section, you can able to browse through all kinds of souvenirs that represent local life. Compared to the Queen Victoria Market, I found this market is even more interesting from the souvenir perspective. It seems like more of the products here are actually made in Australia rather than import from China. You will also discover local designer, homeware, plants, and an eco-friendly gift. It's perfect if you're looking for something unique Melbourne. Wow, you see there are so many colorful home decorations and kitchenware here. Everything looks so cheerful. I love how these little things can instantly brighten up your space and make everyday life feel more fun. It's like every corner of the market has its own personality. One moment you are looking at the homemade candle and then the next one you admire the ceramic painting in the bold Australian color. It really makes you want to take something home, but not just a souvenir. Oh, I want to buy so many things here, like a piece of the local lifestyle. After checking out all those beautiful homewares, now we move on to my favorite part, the eating session. Oh my god, everything looks so tempting here. All the food stores are just calling your name, from artisan bakery to the freshly baked pastry. Every corner smells amazing. The croissants are golden, the pies are warm, and the dessert look like they come straight out from the magazine. Honestly, I didn't even know where to start. There's just so many things I want to try. It's the kind of the place that make you forget your diet instantly. Oh no, what should I do? In the end, I just couldn't resist this warm pie straight from the oven. Smell way too good. I grabbed the steak pie takeaway and honestly, I couldn't even wait. I end up eating it all in the car. I have a little advice for all of you. Before you come to this market, make sure check the operation hours because this market is not open daily. Okay, time to go. Let's move on to the most interesting part, the wet area. This is where you will find all the fresh seafood and the Australian beef. When it comes to seafood and the steak in Australian, I believe no one can say no. Even though I live in Japan, where Wagyu beef is world famous, to be honest, sometimes I find it is a bit too fatty. Especially for the thicker steak, I still prefer the Australian one. Let's find out how much it exactly costs here in Australia to buying a steak. Wow, so interesting, right? Let's move on to the seafood section. Just look at all this seafood. Everything looks so fresh, you could literally make sashimi out of it. I noticed so many locals coming here for the regular market shopping. It's definitely a local favorite spot. But for us as a tourist, we couldn't buy any seafood, right? But you know what? There's even a special session where you can buy ready-to-eat seafood and enjoy it right on the spot. Fresh oyster, prawns, sashimi, you name it, it's such a fun and a delicious experience, like having a mini seafood feast right inside the market. At the end, I couldn't resist trying the fresh oyster here. The taste was clear and a little salty. Honestly, for oysters, I still prefer the French or Hokkaido's one, but this was still really nice to try. And look at this, even the trash bin here are so special. They actually have an oyster-shaped hole where you can drop the empty shelf inside. Isn't that cute? Such a clever and a thoughtful design, only in Australia. Alright, time to roll on. After that delicious start at the market, we are heading out toward to the beach house. But first of all, we need to stop by for lunch at a tiny but awesome cafe. It's called Plain Sailing in the beachside suburb of Albert. It's only about 9 kilometers from downtown Melbourne to Albert. We park, we step in, and then instantly we feel it. This is really relaxing local vibe. This place is very bright, offer a very gorgeous brunch and a lunch place. I ordered a fresh coffee. It's called flat white, which is very famous in Australia here. It's similar like a cafe latte, but the milk portion is less than the normal cafe latte. That means the coffee taste is much stronger. For my lunch, I ordered the pulled pork benedict. Wow, look at that. The portion was big and also the pork was so tender. So I really highly recommend people stop by here before they're heading to the beach house. Alright, after all our non-stop eating, eat, we finally arrived at the beach house. And you can feel how the pace just slowed down, the breeze is gentle, and the air smell of the salt and the sea. And you know, you're stepping out of the city mode and now we are in the relax by the coast mode. Now you might wonder, why do so many people in Australia come to the beach house? What behind it and why it's not just about the view? Actually, there's a history and a culture behind it. So let's find out. Actually, I should call them the Brighton Bathing Boxes. They're very similar to the one in France. Originally, bathing boxes were used for piracy because changing into a bathing costume in public was illegal. But now you know everywhere is the public bathroom, so they no longer need these bathing boxes. This small, simple timber structure began appearing on the beaches around Port Phillip Bay to provide a private space where men and women could change separately. According to the internet, the earliest boxes were often mobile and could be rented for the day. But here in Britain, they started being established back in 1882, with the regulation saying they must no longer than 10 feet by 10 feet, a rule that still stands today. So now fast forward until now, the bathing boxes are mostly used for storage, a place to keep kayak, deck chair, or picnic set. I even saw a group of ladies playing mahjong inside their changing box. So relaxing. It's like a private little retreat for a lovely day at the beach. I also curious how much it costs to own one nowadays. The internet say it's probably around 350,000 to 450,000 Australian dollar, and owner also must to get a license from the council. So voila! So these colorful bathing boxes are just photogenic. They also carry 140 years of a social history. Incredible, isn't it? Voila! That's a little taste of our Melbourne adventures, from the colourful store and the first favourite at the South Melbourne Market to a peaceful escape at the beach house. I love exploring the local souvenir, tasting fresh Australian beef and the seafood, and now I'm sucking in the ocean breeze. Melbourne is really offered the perfect mix of the city energy and the seaside charm. If you're planning a trip here, make sure to check the market's opening days. Come hungry and also save some time to relax by the beach. It's totally worth it. Thanks for coming along with me. I see you in the next adventures. Bye!